Test, test, test. All right. All right, good morning, everyone. We are live day trading Bitcoin and Nasdaq, and right now we are actually in a Bitcoin trade. There was a early trade opportunity. All of a sudden, the market kind of pushed down. Bitcoin had a big wick off this 5-minute low, and so it was pretty obvious for me as a 1-minute kill shot on the 5-minute swing low that pushed it to make this high and broke this structure here, right here. So I was very comfortable taking this long here. I'm kind of hoping we get this 5-minute order block. We can take off a lot of risk if we get this 5-minute order block here. I might wait for the 5-minute or the 5-minute to invert this fair value. Oh, we didn't even get it. So hopefully we get a 5-minute order block, or maybe invert this 5-minute fair value gap too. I would also like that. But market opens up in about 5 minutes, and then we can start looking at Nasdaq trades too. So far, Nasdaq might have already given us potentially the trade opportunity. But really this is the only. That's the only fair value gap. Nasdaq kind of hit into a lot of these, lows down here. Left a really big wick on this 9:10 a.m. candle. But again, we wait for Nasdaq to have the market open. We do not take a Nasdaq trade early. Oh, Bitcoin trades we can. Just because it treats it a little different, but I'm hoping we can invert this fair value gap right in this current candle. I would love that. And I would love to see Nasdaq kind of start pushing up and attacking this external range liquidity. Same for Bitcoin. Now that we've kind of, manipulated these lows. And also if you go to the 1-hour time frame, there's a big 1-hour fair value gap that we tapped into on that big move down. So you have this big 1-hour fair value gap also. See right there, price tapped into that big 1-hour fair value gap. So I'm hoping that was a manipulation, grabbing liquidity, big bounce off this low here. And I'm hoping now we push up to attack external range liquidity. The thing that did make me a little nervous to take this long on Bitcoin is that there's a lot of liquidity down here. There is a lot of liquidity, and that could be a magnet for price to come and attack before we head up, or that could indicate that maybe today we are actually going to head down on the market. But one thing I liked was that we have this kind of 1-hour range here. If you look at this 1-hour range, we've hit into the discount of that range, right? And now price has failed to displace this 1-hour low. We've hit into the 1-hour discount, hitting key levels, right? Like this order block here. And now we're pushing up. We have a market structure shift here, big tap into that fair value gap on the 1-hour. And so now I'm hoping that we can push up and attack day high, Asia high, up all these up there. So there is a lot of liquidity above us also. So I feel confident in this long. I think it should play out well. Our 1-minute kill shot has been pretty faithful to us lately on Bitcoin. So hopefully we can get another faithful trade today. All right, 2 minutes and then the market will be open. And AWS looks like it's back up, so we can probably take our top step account trades. I want to watch. See what we do here. Do we invert this guy? Man, I wish it kind of would wait until the market would open. Because I'm not taking this. My guess is if it inverts this, market will open. Market open will probably manipulate. Maybe one more time. Looks like we're going to get an order block here on Bitcoin. We still got a minute left. I would really prefer if we get the order block, but in the same candle, we also invert that fair value gap on the 5 minute. There we go. Nasdaq's really pushing now. I'm liking it. I might. Oh, man, dude. How many points is this? I feel like that's a lot. Oh, it's only 20? I think I might actually take this risk. I think I'm willing to take it on Nasdaq. Or, yeah, Nasdaq. I don't know if it will... I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It gave us an opportunity. We'll see if it taps us in or not and wrecks us, or if does it give us a good trade opportunity. We haven't been tapped in yet on Nasdaq, but market has opened now. Okay, we're tapped in. Sell of 2. I'm gonna actually sell 1 up there. No, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Sell 2 up there. Okay. Let's see how this trade plays out. We had the sweep of liquidity of these lows over here to the left. Big wicks, failed to reject, and then we go down the 1 minute. We have an inverse fair value gap here as price is moving up. We have a lot of market structure shift, so I'm hoping now we can catch a good move here on Nasdaq. Okay, let's take off some risk here on Bitcoin before it's too late. Okay, stop loss is now here. Oh, okay. Well, that's a bummer. That's a real bummer on Nasdaq. Okay, stop loss on that one. Stop loss is right here for Bitcoin right now. We'll see if we get stopped out. Nasdaq just had a really big move down, so looks like that's a bummer. Oh well. At least it wasn't no. At least it wasn't too big of a risk or anything like that. I'm hoping Bitcoin can stay in this, but I don't know. Nasdaq's having a move down, and typically Bitcoin does like to follow Nasdaq. So my guess is we could get stopped out here. But the blessing is we were able to take off a lot of our risk. We were risking $50, and now we are risking only $9.66. So we were able to take off a lot of our risk. I'm bummed that it didn't invert that 5 minute fair value gap. Let me go to watching Nasdaq over here. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna get stopped out on Bitcoin. Yep, it looks like it's gonna stop us out. Pretty close. I think on the 1 minute that could stop us. Maybe. There might be stuff on the 1 minute that could stop us from being stopped out, but okay, Nasdaq went all the way down to that 5 minute low. I was kind of hoping it hit London low, but we'll see what Nasdaq does here. Okay, Bitcoin just got stopped out, but for a very small loss. So I'm very glad. It was a $9.86 loss. Let's drop down on the 1 minute on Nasdaq real fast. Nasdaq might just give us an opportunity here. I'm just gonna watch in real fast. Sorry, you guys have been chatting or anything. All right. Hope we didn't miss it. That was a big wick off that low. Okay. This one's a little bit bigger risk. I'm hoping that it kind of works out for us, but if this one loses, that'd be a really big bummer. Bitcoin, what are you doing over here? Bitcoin's not giving us any opportunity. Kind of bummed. It looks like it might start pushing up here. Yeah, dang, that's a bummer. Looks like Bitcoin's gonna start pushing up. So we got tapped in on this candle. And then we also took this long here. All right. So again on dang, Bitcoin, you're like ripping now. On Nasdaq, we have this big wick on that 9:30 a.m. candle, big wick, and that pushed up. Then we drop down to the 1 minute. We wait to see, does a 1 minute invert fair value gaps, so that went to the downside. This bullish momentum here inverted this big fair value gap here, and now we get our entry signal, and now we wait for 5 minutes to give us confirmations to move stop loss. So if we get 5 minute order blocks and things like that. And Bitcoin looks like it's about to move. I'm really bummed. Really bummed. Ah, Bitcoin. Nasdaq's looking like it might still push down. Man, if this takes a loss here, that'd be a really big bummer. This is a little bit larger of a loss too. It would hurt. I'm hoping we can push up here. Good for 61 points. How many points is this guy here? 29. I might even. Nah, we'll just do that. Dang. Looks like we might get stopped out here on our Nasdaq position. That'd be really frustrating. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna get stopped out here on the Nasdaq. Oh man, this is gonna hurt. Sucks. Man, that really stinks. All right, I might be done on Nasdaq today. On those two losses, those are pretty big losses for me. I might call it for the day on Nasdaq. We'll watch it though. See if we get like a good obvious setup, but as of right now, that was a bummer. If I look at the 1 hour time frame on Nasdaq, I could see us coming down in this range. There's this big 1 hour range. Where's my discount? There it is. And attacking these day lows down here. But it didn't give us any short opportunities. And I want to see how it reacts to London low here. Does it give us another big wick off London low? Right, if it fails to go after London low, that would be a pretty good one. But it might still keep pushing through it. Alright, let me show you my Bitcoin P&L so you guys can see that. I don't know if I showed you it too, did I? I don't think I did. Here's the Bitcoin P&L, $9.88. So not a bad loss there at all. I'm very happy with that. We were able to take off a lot of risk. We didn't take any big losses like we did on Nasdaq. And that's really how I'm trying to play Bitcoin. Keep the losses extremely small and the winners big. So we've been able to do that very well with Bitcoin. But a $9.88 loss on Bitcoin today. Nasdaq looks like it's gonna push through London low and attack lower prices. Bitcoin still has yet to give me anything that I like to even consider taking a short. So I'm not comfortable taking anything on Bitcoin yet. Yeah, it looks like Nasdaq's about to start falling. I'm watching Nasdaq here on the 1 minute to see, does it start leaving fair value gaps to the downside here. It's left one so far. And I'm trading it on Top Step. So I'm doing it on Top Step. I'm kind of going off of not necessarily just the 1 minute kill shot, but I'm also on Top Step going off of just like, I'm trading off my intuition and seeing how I do over there. Like, so for example, like I took a short after we got stopped out because I'm like, okay, that's a displacement candle. Price is displacing to the downside, attacking London low. Looks like it's pushing through London low. So like, okay, price is maybe showing its hand that it wants to go lower. So I'm gonna go off my intuition that I think price wants to go lower based on what the candlesticks are just telling me. Not really like looking for a pattern. Okay, that one just got stopped out. We were just taking off. I was being aggressive with the stop losses and stuff. I want to see how this 5-minute candle closes on Nasdaq. It looks like it might actually be pushing off of London low, but still, when you look at that, actually, it could just be testing this 5-minute fair value gap. That's actually part of what it's doing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take one more stab here at Nasdaq. I think it's pushing off that 5-minute fair value gap. Hoping it inverts this 1-minute fair value gap here. And I think we should be pretty good, and maybe creating an order block too. I think overall Nasdaq is bearish though. I think it's going to be attacking at least some of these lows here. I think it will be attacking the 50% mark. There we go. There we go. Nasdaq just had a little jolt to the downside. It's starting to invert a 1-minute fair value gap. Yeah. Dang, too bad Nasdaq didn't give us any short opportunities. Still, Bitcoin has yet to give me anything really. At this point, if I'm going to go long on Bitcoin, I want to see it hit all this liquidity down here. Nasdaq's looking great. I want if this is going to go short, I want it to be a pretty aggressive move. I don't want it to be something that's like dilly-dallying around. Because usually if it's going to go, you know, like I said, on this 1-hour time frame to discount, it does it pretty rapidly. It doesn't chop all the way down. It usually is a pretty aggressive move. Let's see. You see, okay. All right, we don't need that big of a move. Oh, that is a pretty big move, actually. Bitcoin still hasn't given me another opportunity. Still watching it though. Take this line. All right, Nasdaq, come on. Start getting aggressive with this downward move. Please. Here, I'll put my Top Step account over here so you guys can actually see that, and I'll put my other chart so you guys can see my Nasdaq chart or my Top Step chart. This is my position with Top Step. We're down 1709. We're trying to be pretty aggressive with this 50k eval. Seeing if we can get that. My goal is to pass it in 2 days. Like, I don't want to sit around with this eval. So I'm pretty aggressive with my evals. So I might blow the eval, but I'll reset it or buy a new one and restart. But I'm pretty aggressive with my evals. The Top Step, you can only do it in 2 days. You can't. It's 50% consistency rule. And then with Apex, it's like 1 day. So on an Apex eval, I'm like, I either pass it that day or I'm going to reset a new one. So for me, I'm pretty aggressive with my evals. My goal today is to hit that 1500 profit mark today. And then hopefully the next day we get another 1500 and then we're past the eval. But I didn't know you could add Top Step accounts to your trade sinkers and copy them over. So, and I love Top Step is one of my favorite prop firms to trade. And their evals are $50, so not too bad. I'm waiting for 1 minute to displace this low here. And then I can you know, I'll then probably move stops to this high here. But right now we're just at break even. Yeah, we just want price to break this low right there. And this is, if we can get to this green line down here, that would hit my profit. That would hit my target for the day at this green line down here. So that might not look that far away, but it actually is pretty far. And we'll just be trailing our stop loss also into profit as we break lows and like as 1 minute continues to break structure and market structure shifts and so on and so forth. But we're looking good here on Nasdaq for our short. Bitcoin still hasn't given us nothing, but Bitcoin looks like it's actually pushing upwards now. Come on, Bitcoin, give me something. When I do funded accounts, just to be clear with you guys, when I do funded accounts, I'm not this aggressive. So right now we're on NQ for my eval. For funded accounts, we do MNQ. So we'll take, you know, max in the beginning of 3 contract position size, and we're risking like $100, you know. All right, come on, Nasdaq, push. Give me the push. I want to see a pretty aggressive move. Come on. $15-minute looks good on Nasdaq. Yeah, there's literally like right here. This is our target to go and attack. And I think Nasdaq should do that. You know, I'm actually on this. I'm gonna try not to move stops too quickly, because that's always bit me in the butt, and I've learned from my lessons. I journaled that enough. I'm gonna just really wait for good displacement. Bitcoin looks like it's actually displacing to the upside. Bitcoin just got a big 5-minute candle to the upside. I'm hoping this doesn't come and tap us out. The nice thing with tops, oh, it might actually stop us out here. Come on, push, 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 push. Don't hit us at break even. We wouldn't lose anything on this trade, but it's just kind of annoying. Especially if it continues to the downside. Give you guys a better picture at what we're kind of looking at. That's probably much easier to look at. Yeah, Bitcoin looks like it's actually pushing up. It's got a big displacement. Fair value gap potentially on the 5-minute on Bitcoin. Yeah, we might get stopped out here on this one. At break even on Nasdaq. Yeah, it's gonna stop us out. Oh my gosh. Almost did. See if we can invert this fair value gap now. How did that not stop us out? I think if this fair value gap gets inverted, we're probably going to get stopped out here. But hopefully we can push off here now. Oh my gosh. How did we not get stopped out? There we go. Displace through that fair value gap. There we go. How did we not get stopped out there? That's insane. Come on, 1 minute. Invert that fair value gap. Invert it. Come on. Yeah, Bitcoin is actually ripping up right now. But it didn't give us anything. So that's a bummer, dude. Dang it, man. Bitcoin's done that a couple of times where it'll stop us out and then just rip. Oh man, Bitcoin, you stink. Bitcoin looks less bearish than Nasdaq does. I still think Nasdaq is due for a move down. just to get into discount, making it like a higher time frame low, right? Like, can we make that a higher time frame low down here? Hit this H1. And we're not even shooting for the 50% mark. We're actually way... Maybe we can get a 5-minute order block here. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. And we inverted that 1-minute fair value gap. I like that. Inverted that fair value gap. We've inverted this fair value gap. Oh. Right. So every time price pushes up on Nasdaq to create fair value gaps, it inverts it. So I'm liking that about price. Now I just want the price on Nasdaq. Now that we inverted this, I don't want it to play around here. I want it to now displace through this low here and continue our momentum to the downside. Yeah, Bitcoin is ripping right now. Bitcoin is really pushing up. Yeah, Bitcoin's pushing pretty fast right now. Oh my gosh. Oh, dude, Bitcoin is ripping. Look at this. Look at Bitcoin right now. Look at Bitcoin. Hitting all of our targets. Dang, that's a bummer. That is a bummer. Hopefully Nasdaq doesn't do that. Hopefully Nasdaq can do that, but to the downside. Like, that's the fuel I'm kind of talking about. Like, Nasdaq has yet to really show a good move, right? Nasdaq on the 5-minute has one singular fair value gap. This guy right here. We're gonna... Okay, that singular fair value gap on the 5-minute, and I want to see it do what Bitcoin's doing, where it's like saying, "Hey, we're going this direction. Hop on the train or not." Right? Like, I want it to be push, a strong push, just like what Bitcoin did. But I want it to be to the downside for Nasdaq, because it looks like pretty obvious that price is going to go short to that discounted range. It could not, right? It could not. But I just think in regards to price, right? That's what it will typically do. It'll find its ranges, go to discount, then once it hits into discount, then we'll go back to premium. But we're trying to hopefully catch that move to discount on Nasdaq on a higher time frame. Dang, dude, Bitcoin literally hit all the targets that I had. That's a bummer, but oh well. It's gonna be a part of trading, right? I think the most important, I think something that people underestimate so much in trading is their psychology, right? Like, in the past, I would have gotten tilted on that Bitcoin trade. That the fact that it hit all my targets, I got stopped out, I didn't get to catch the trade. I would have been super mad and all over the place. I would have been trying to probably catch the next trade and try to short it or whatever, right? But I think that one of the most important things about trading is your mindset. Hey, all right, I missed that trade, whatever. There's going to be hundreds of other opportunities that we're going to take. That one just happened to not play out. You know what's good about that trade, though? I stuck to my discipline. I stuck exactly to my model, and I did not waver from that, right? We trailed 5-minute order blocks. We waited for that liquidity sweep. We couldn't have executed better. And so I'm happy with that. Like, the model just didn't work out. All right, so this one looks like it's going to stop us out of break even on this trade. Let's see if it does it or not. Looks like maybe Nasdaq will start following. Okay, we got stopped out on break even on that one. Yo, boss, any tips for trading gold, like indicator strategy? I don't trade gold, so I don't know for sure. If I had to trade gold, what I would focus in on the most is just like price action. That's what I would focus in on. Gold has really clean price action. I know that about gold. And I would say if I had to pick something about gold, it'd be, or how to trade it in a certain way, it's just strictly off price action. Is price respecting fair value gaps? Is price inverting fair value gaps? Did price have a liquidity sweep? Did, you know, things like that. I personally don't like indicators like RSI or MACD or EMAs or all that stuff. I know they are helpful and I know some people use them. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of them. I like going off of like, what are the candlesticks telling me? And just because the candlesticks are going to show you their hand as they're going, right? They're going to show you what direction they want to do. What are they going to like, where are they going to go, etc. Right? So I personally like to just be able to read the candlesticks and not rely on an indicator. That's just the way I like to trade. But I don't have really any specific indicator or something like that for gold. I think gold has really clean price action, and that's probably the best route to go. Trading view. We might have just gotten caught in a little liquidity sweep there. Because to this move to the upside, there's no like displacement for bullish momentum, right? The only displacement was over here, and it got inverted. Displacement has been most heavy to the downside. Maybe we're going to come and test this 5-minute fair value gap one more time, right? We did have the 5-minute fail to displace this low here, but that's not really like an important low. You do have this swing low forming here on 5-minute. We're tapping into that 5-minute fair value gap. Let's see how price reacts here. Tapped on that 5-minute fair value gap. Okay, thanks, G. Did you trade the crypto dip, and how long have you been trading? That crypto dip, like the big one from Donald Trump, that happened across like all of them. When that happened, I just stepped away. Like I'm not gonna try to trade that, right? It was extremely volatile. I don't know how low the market will go. I don't know when it's gonna flip. So I let the desk. I'm the type of person, I don't like to gamble on that type of trade. I would rather wait for the market to settle after the dust and then see, okay, what is price gonna do here? So I didn't try to like catch that insane. I was on the charts when it happened, but I didn't like try to put some stupid trade in to try to catch it. Like there are some traders who got really lucky, who got a short opportunity, because I think there was a case for taking a short that day, but no one knew that it was going to crash like that. So I was very close to taking a short. It almost gave me my setup, but then it didn't. So I didn't get to take the trade. And then how long have you been trading? Futures trading like this about 2 years now. About 2 years now. So I'm on my journey to profitability still. And my goal with these live streams is just showcasing, you know, what I'm learning, trading models that are working for me, eval strategies, like how to pass an eval and stuff like that. Like I got some videos coming out, gonna explain some stuff. But I took a lot of time recently to just dive into futures and like, how can I do that really well? And because I think there's a huge opportunity with futures trading. 5-minute time frame just inverted this fair value gap here on the 5-minute, and we've created this potentially 5-minute fair value gap. So I want to see what does price do here. Like if anything on the 1-minute, right, it left this 5-minute fair value gap. So if anything, I want to see it push up and then retrace, right? Like I'm not going to try to like just put something in here. My stops would be super wide. So I want to see does the 1-minute come down and retest this and then show me like a potential opportunity. Huh. I'm actually very surprised that price is doing this right now. Dang, dude, Bitcoin is ripping. That's insane, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. Bitcoin is mooning right now. That's a bummer. Oh well. There will always be another day. How do you treat off days like bad sleep, etc.? If I feel very uncertain into the market, like as I'm coming in, right? I had a bad night of sleep, or maybe I went to bed late and I wasn't able to wake up early. Like for me, I wake up at 5 a.m. every single day. I do not come to the charts immediately. What I do is I'll go on a walk, I'll do my devotional, I'll like read the Bible, I'll like spend time with God, and then I will like get my mind right. I go outside on a walk, wake up, allow my mind to wake up, and then I come to the charts around 6. So I give myself about an hour of time to wake up, spend some time, meditate, and get out into like fresh air, walk around, and then I come to the charts. If I don't get to do that, and say I come straight to the charts, and I'm just waking up, I'm tired, I'm groggy, there's 2 things I'll do. I'll either be very patient waiting for a very obvious setup for my model, or 2, or actually I guess 3 things. 2, I'll lower my risk. So say if my normal contract size on Nasdaq, or say like you trade gold, it looks like, say your normal contract size was like 3 or 2. I would cut my risk down. So I would say instead of taking 3 contracts, let's take like 1 or 2. Let's cut that risk down because I'm already not feeling good going to the market. So why make it a even worse day by upping my contract size to something normal when I'm not feeling normal? Or 3, I just won't trade at all. I'll watch the market, I'll journal, and I'll take notes, but I won't touch the chart. I won't execute any trades if I'm feeling really off. Like if I'm not feeling good, like sick, something like that. If I'm feeling sick, I probably won't even trade. I'll watch maybe, but I'll just like not even trade. But I think like how to treat off days, I think the best thing to do is being okay not to take a trade. And I think a lot of traders really struggle with not taking trades. If you can be someone who says, you know, today I'm not feeling it, I don't want to take a trade today, I'm not liking what price is doing, I feel like I can't read the market. And if you can be someone who's okay not taking a trade, you will be, I think, light years ahead of most day traders. Because most day traders say, I need to come every single day and I need to take a trade every day. I need to take multiple trades every single day. And the world's best traders don't do that. And I'm not one of the world's best traders, so why am I? Right? That's just some of my tidbit, my little knowledge that I've learned over these last 2 years. And that's been something for me. The reason why I'm talking about the like no trade days, or not taking a trade in today is because that was really hard for me to actually like grasp. Like for me, I felt like if I'm coming to the charts, I better take a trade, right? Why would I be here if I'm not? And that was really hard for me to like learn, is that it's okay not to take a trade sometimes. It was just very hard to do that. Here's that 5-minute fair value gap. I'd also encourage you, have some kind of pre-market routine. Like I was telling you, like I wake up, I go on a walk, I do something to get my mind right. I really recommend a lot of traders, like if you can have a pre-market routine before you get to the chart, do that. And you should have a pre-market routine too before market opens, of like I mark out my levels, I see where, you know, what is the current range. Oh, now you want to displace Nasdaq. Now you want to displace, huh? Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And that's really why I do this, is so hopefully like all the lessons I've learned, and I've learned a lot over these last 2 years, I can basically just, you know, help you guys out. It's really my goal. That's why I do this. I'm hoping that, like, for me personally, like a selfish thing is I'm hoping, you know, this futures trading stuff changes my life. And the reason why I create the content and the reason why I do this is because I'm hoping that my content, as I'm learning to change my life with futures trading, you guys can also change your lives through my learning lessons. And hopefully, you know, your pathway with it is way faster than mine because you can use my content to do that. So that's why I kind of do this stuff. I hope that kind of makes sense. Because this trading journey is like, trading is not easy at all. It's actually it's very hard. It's very hard. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. There's 2 of you guys, one 4 minutes ago and one a few seconds ago. Thank you guys so much. Wow, Nasdaq, really? You're gonna do this to me? Dang. All right, I'm gonna try one of my old strats here on Nasdaq on Top Step. I'm gonna wait for this 5-minute candle to close, because I think this 5-minute has really shown its hand now, right? It's really starting to show that it has some fuel to the downside. So I'm gonna see if we can catch this old 5-minute inverse fair value gap trap. I call it the 5-minute trigger. There's a video coming out soon of that model. Let's see. 38 seconds and this candle's going to close. We'll see where we put our limit order and see if we can get tapped in here. Okay, we're tapped in. And I'm hoping that we can get tapped in and not this account doesn't have much drawdown left. It only has about $200 left in drawdown. So Nasdaq about to go crazy. That's what I'm hoping. I think it's finally showed its hand, right? Came back up to that opening range, rejected pretty hard off that, and then displaced, inverting this fair value gap, and potentially, you know, I mean, this candle's got to form, but then maybe creating a fair value gap here. I'm just hoping this eval can stay alive and doesn't get caught in that drawdown, because it really, like, let's see, where's 200? Like right about there, it blows. It almost blew. So I'm hoping that Nasdaq can tap me in with my 5-minute trigger strat, and I'm hoping now it can just displace, like really just displace nicely here. 1 minute, right? Very good displacement on the 1 minute. Come on, Nasdaq. Keep that fuel going. And then we need price to go way down here in order for us to like hit our target today. Like way down there. Be a bummer if it blows my... I think it's finally showed its hand to go short, but it'd be a bummer if it blows my eval before it can push. Come on, start breaking lower than this low here. I think if this candle can start going and attacking this wick low down here where our one line is at, I think we'll start seeing it displace again. I'll zoom in a little bit. Yeah, if we can start attacking this one line, I think it'll displace. Come on, displace. No. Ah, the old trusty inverse fair value gap strap. 5-minute trigger. Maybe it might be creating a 5-minute order block here. I'm hoping it kind of yep, don't play around too much. Don't go much further, please. Oh yeah, I might actually have more drawdown than I realize. Oh no, maximum loss a minute 48. Yeah, I only have like 200. Uh-oh. No, don't go much higher than that, please. No, don't go much higher than that, please. Chill. Cannot push down, no. No, no, no. Push down, push down, push down, push down. Ah! Oh my gosh, I have like $60. I need you to push down like right now. Come on, push down. No, that's going to be it. Come on. Huh. That's weird, didn't it? It went over the maximum loss limit. Doesn't auto liquidate my... I'm confused. We're over our max loss limit right now, but... I'm gonna just let it play out, I guess. There we go. Okay. Dismiss this. Okay, we'll have to reset this account. Dang it. It actually could be setting up for a 1 minute kill shot. Let me see real fast. Failed to displace this low. Go here. This would be the last trade opportunity of the day. Inverted that fair value gap. Might run without us though. This looks like it might run without us. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. Nasdaq actually failed to close this low. Which with this displacement, like look how it's displaced, right? Tapped into this low. And now it's actually rejecting that 5 minute fair value gap and actually inversing it. This could be a fail flip, right? So what do I mean by that is like it failed to close this low. This should not be, if it's going to go right, if it's going to go short, it shouldn't be doing what it's doing right now. It shouldn't be pushing through this fair value gap this deep. Now, this 5 minute candle still needs to form. It's got a minute 45 seconds left in it. But if this was fuel right to keep going short, I wouldn't want it to like look like this. It shouldn't really look like this. Now maybe we're testing, you know, this fair value gap way up here, but we've inverted 1, 2 fair value gaps on 1 minute time frame for Nasdaq. We have this fair value gap up here. It looks pretty choppy right now. It could though. It could keep going. There we go. I'll just be careful right now. Like for me, I don't think I'm going to take this trade. Because I'm getting kind of like 2 signals, right? I'm getting kind of like on this side, short. And on the higher time frame, when we look at the 1 hour, right? It looks like price wants to attack, you know, discount. And so for me, this long here, I feel like I'm playing against the bigger momentum. Because if you even look at the 5 minute, it's broken structure to the downside. 15 minute has broken structure to the downside. The 1 hour has broken this structure to the downside. The 4 hour, the 4 hours tapping into a big fair value gap. Bitcoin was pretty clean this morning, actually. It's a bummer that it stopped me out. But I think if I were to go short on Nas, I'd want to see how it reacts to this fair value gap, right? Does it invert this fair value gap or does it respect this fair value gap? And right now it looks like it wants to push through it, which in my opinion would be okay. It might be targeting London and Asia high. Yeah, I'm not really looking to take a trade right now, so I can go look at it. Let's I'll just go to my gold chart here. What's silver's ticker? Is it, I know gold's GC1. What's silver? Silver's futures. What's silver's ticker? Is it XAG? SI1. Okay, I've never looked at SI1. Here we go. Let me start from a higher time frame. I'm gonna do just a kind of a analysis from a very high time frame. Okay, obviously bullish on the monthly time frame. Well, I don't know, actually. It just hit into this high here. All-time high for silver, it looks like it just hit into. Yeah, just hitting that all-time high of silver. Price looks very, very bullish. But honestly, with what price is doing here at this monthly high, it looks like it could come in down into this range. Right? You have this range here. I don't know. It does look pretty bullish, though. Let's see. Daytime frame. Daytime frame looks pretty bearish right there. Yeah, you have a day order block here. To me, silver right now looks pretty bearish. Yeah. If I were wanting to go long, I would at least want to see what is price do at these lows down here. At these, there's probably day lows down here. Yep. Price on silver looks extremely bearish. Like there's a day low that looks like price is going to target. Yep, 4 hour looks like it's going to rush down to that day low. I'd at least want to see what it does there. And then you even have more liquidity, right? Lower too. This day low. Day low. There's a lot of liquidity that price could target. The hour looks very bearish. I would recommend, it looks like you want to go long, but I would be very cautious with going long until price hits like day low, because it looks like on higher time frames, price wants to go this day low here. Yeah, look at that 5-minute displacement to the downside. Consolidation, right? Manipulation, distribution. Yeah, to me, nothing here tells me I want to go long on silver right now. I think silver, the move was going short. Where's market open here? Yeah, that's market open right there. Boom, you push up, displacement to the downside. Don't try catching a falling knife, right? Wait for it to bounce. So like, what do I mean by that? if I would want to go long on silver, I'd want it to hit down to these levels, this day low, maybe even this day low, give me some kind of push, and there's going to be liquidity, right? I would want to see it like sweep that liquidity and then push again, breaking above these, breaking structure, right? I think if you try to go long right now on silver, you're going to get caught in the momentum to the downside. You're trying to catch it early when clearly it's showing that it wants to go lower. But this could be where it stops, this day low, right? But it also, you want to see how does it react to these day lows? Because if price decides to keep going and displacing through, you know, you go to this higher time frame, there's a big range here that price could come and attack, right? Even like the day range, you know, you could even say this is kind of like the day range. You're about in discount, which right these day lows would be right where you could stop. I think it's smart to wait for day low to get hit on silver. I'm interested to see how does price react off this 5-minute fair value gap here. So right, price had a big 5-minute candle, failed to displace these lows. What does it do? It pushes up, leaving a fair value gap, showing displacement to the upside. So now I'm like, okay, which fair value gap is it going to respect here? There's 2 fair value gaps it's playing around in right now. Which fair value gap is it going to respect and which one is it going to disrespect? Bitcoin has yet to give me any kind of opportunity again. Yeah, it looks like Nasdaq actually is gonna go long here. right? Look how price reacted on Nasdaq. Price pushed up, displaced inverted fair value gaps, came back down. You look at the 5-minute time frame, left a fair value gap here. Now we've inverted that 5-minute fair value gap. Price is making order blocks to the upside. You look to the 1 minute, 1 minute's displacing to the upside. Yeah. Nasdaq right now looks pretty bullish, actually. Look at Bitcoin, dude. Bitcoin, man. Ah, you jerk. We had the potential 1 minute kill shot opportunity down here, but it looks like it never tapped us in. Yeah, thanks. Silver is basically sold out in the world, so Dip's getting aggro bot looking for a bottom structure before. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, right. It does look like it's going short, right? But it ultimately isn't a long trend. So I'd say wait for those confirmations to go long, right? Wait for that liquidity sweep of inverse fair value gap, or if you have an indicator that works for you, but wait for those signals. Don't try to get too early and too aggressive with it. Wait for your chart, wait for your candlesticks to tell you it's ready to go that way. Order block, yeah. So if you don't know what an order block is, this is an order block right here. Where's my brush? Right here, this, let me turn off my magnet. This gray candle right here is an order block. What is that? What is an order block? An order block, let me get a little arrow for you so this can. An order block is a downward move. Oh, let me change the color. Is a downward move, right? A downward move. So this candle here that gets immediately engulfed by an upward move. So this candle here. This candle here created this order block. And this candle here also tapped in this 5-minute fair value gap, right? So for me, if I got tapped into that 1 minute kill shot, my stop loss would have moved to this order block, because price is showing that downward move gets engulfed and bullish. So for me, price should not come back down to this wick low of this order block. It should now continue pushing, attacking this high, this 5-minute high up here, this London high. That's what an order block is. An order block is literally just a opposite direction candle that gets engulfed by the move, right? So here we're looking pretty bullish right now, right? With this 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish candles in a row, or not in a row, but 4 bullish candles moving up. And then this downward candle, this 10:40 a.m. candle, tried to push down, but everything said, nope, we're going to continue up. So that's an order block. To give you a short example, right? Price here, over here is looking bearish, right? Pushing down, pushing down. This big candle tries to push up, but as soon as this big candle pushes up, what does the next candle do? It says, nope, we're going to go lower, and then engulfs it within 2 candles, right? So now this big blue candle right here is an order block right there. Same for this guy over here. This one right here. That one right there. Price pushes down. Price tries to push up. What does it do in the next candle? Engulfs it. That's an order block. I have a whole strategy too based on order blocks. Dude, look at Bitcoin, man. Dang, Bitcoin. So if order blocks start getting disrespected, right? So like this candle right here, this bullish candle got engulfed to downward momentum. What do these 3 candles do? They disrespect this bearish order block. So for me, now that's showing, okay, if price is disrespecting bullish order blocks or bearish order blocks and starting to look bullish, and then price tries to push down again, and yet fails to displace that off a really big candle, okay, sellers might be exhausted here and price actually might start going the opposite direction. Does that make sense? I'm hoping I'm making sense. So when if I see price on Nasdaq now come down and disrespect this bearish or this bullish order block right here, I bet, okay, maybe this is like a liquidity sweep and now price is going to continue to that discount range that I think. But honestly, I think price now is going to probably attack London high and the liquidity above us. Man, dude, look at Bitcoin. Never gave us anything. It is ripping. Oh, that hurts. That hurts, Bitcoin. So like a strategy you could have done on this move, right? On this move up, a strategy I would have probably looked into is a 5-minute inverse fair value gap. So you have on this candle right there. Like if you're like, oh man, I feel like I'm late to the move. Okay, let's be patient. Let's wait for confirmation. 5-minute inverse fair value gap. What do? I use my inverse fair value gap entry tool. Boom. Price would have tapped me in, and then I would have pretty much never sat in drawdown. So this would have been a great one to take. Too bad my Tops Up account. Bro, I was going short on silver earlier after failed long. I feel you on the Bitcoin. It didn't take long. Yeah, I know. Nasdaq never gave me any kind of model presentation to the downside. But yeah, that's right. Like, look at Bitcoin now. Look at it. Oh my gosh, that sucks, dude. Oh my gosh, that sucks. That sucks. Oh man, Bitcoin is ripping. Oh my gosh. That would have got us back to our account over 5K. Oh my gosh, dude, Bitcoin is ripping. I think Nasdaq might follow suit too. And that's the hard part about trading, lower time frames. You're trading low time frames, small amount of room, and so sometimes you get stopped out and then the move happens. But again, like I said earlier in the stream, I don't know if you're around. I think I'm gonna say your name right, Antonio. What's the best thing is not beating yourself up about this, right? Like I could beat myself up about this all day. Like, oh man, I missed out. That would have been 200. That actually probably would have been more. That probably would have been like a $500 trade right there on Bitcoin. That would have been amazing for my account right now. But guess what? It's gonna happen again. If I stick to my model, not get tilted, and just be patient, it'll happen again. I'll get more opportunities. And I think it's very important to keep your head and your mind level. And that's why I stress so much about a pre-market routine, because that allows you to come to the market with a level head and not exhausted or whatever it is. I think you could be a profitable trader and not have a good pre-market routine, but I think it'll only last for so long. What's up? I'll be right back, chat. I'll be right back.
What's up? Good morning.
Ah. I'm yesterday I recorded a video breaking down, basically like giving you guys a master guide to passing evals on Apex, which this can also work on other ones, but it's just an Apex specific one because I have an affiliate with them, so I'm like gonna showcase. And I really like Apex. I think Apex is a really good prop firm because you can get multiple accounts, a lot of accounts, and get pretty big payouts with them. But in that video, I recorded it yesterday, and today I got to record the model portion. But I'm gonna give you guys all three of my favorite models that I use every single day. So the 1 minute kill shot, the 5 minute trigger, and the sniper's trap is the names I've called them, and I'll break them down in detail in that video. So if you're yo bro, you live tomorrow? Gotta go. Yes, I'm live Monday through Friday. I'm live every single day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesdays are a shorter stream, but I will be live tomorrow too. But yes, I'm live every single day, Monday through Friday, every trading day. Thank you so much, dude, for hanging out and your questions. I love it. I love having you here. I hope it was. You found it helpful and informative. Yeah, thanks, bro, for the tips. I'm gonna tune in again. God bless you. God bless you too, man. Hope you have a great Tuesday. Maybe get some tacos today. It's Taco Tuesday. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, Nasdaq has broken structure here. I think it's starting to show that it wants to go in the opposite direction now. Actually, that's not a break of structure. Sorry. That's a market structure shift. Why is that not a break of structure? Because this low did not close below this low. Break of structure would have to attack this high up here. So, but we have good market structure shift on the 5 minute. Going crazy. I heard news too that the government shutdown ends this week. Does anyone know in chat? There's a bunch of you guys watching right now. Does anyone know if that's true? Does the government shutdown end this week? I think it might. Okay, Bitcoin still hasn't given us nothing over here. And honestly, at this point, the only, like, for my 1 minute kill shot, I would be trying to take a short. And I think price is pretty obviously bullish right now, very strong. I'm not going to want to try to, work against that. So I think for me, I'm going to take that small loss today. right? Bitcoin was not a bad loss at all. We took a $9.88 loss on Bitcoin. So, and our typical loss, like a full loss on Bitcoin would be $50+. So to take off a lot of risk and only lose $9.88 today, I am totally fine with that. And Nasdaq looks like it's probably not going to give me any more 1-minute kill shot opportunities. It looks pretty choppy today too in regards to Nasdaq. Like I thought with this market open, the way it was breaking these lows, I thought it was going to be pretty obvious to the downside. And it looks like, honestly, now it's going to be pretty choppy today. Forex Factory. If I look at Forex Factory, there's no red folder news until Friday. And so there's nothing really driving the markets right now unless like Trump says something right or something happens in the world. Now there will be drivers like when we hit liquidity and things like that. But I do like trading when there's like red folder news because that'll drive the market. And once that's announced or once it happens, it'll drive it in a direction. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be trading any much more on Nasdaq today. I'm not loving the price action. I thought for sure it was actually going to go lower today. And now that it's back in this range, back in the opening range, not really showing any clear displacement either. Like every time it displaces, it just gets disrespected, right? Displaced here, comes up, disrespects that displacement. Displaces here, comes down, disrespects that displacement. Displaces here, comes up, disrespects it, right? So like, it's just, to me, that's very choppy. Where Bitcoin is actually very clean price action. Like Bitcoin's been pretty clean price action lately, right? Like very clear displacement, and it's respecting every single displacement, right? It's not inverting fair value gaps back to the downside. It's respecting it and then pushing. And that's what I like to see in a market when I'm trading. And right now, Nasdaq is not showing that. And we've already gotten caught up in this chop twice, and I'm not looking at doing it a third time. So I think I might call it for the day. All right, everyone. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you're late to the stream, I will be doing a live day trading recap of how the positions went, what were my confluences, things like that, and how did the P&L the day actually end. I'll actually show you guys that right now. Let me show you today's actual P&L. It's not going to be a good one, I'll tell you that. Today was a bad day. Yeah, today was a bad day. This is Nasdaq's P&L today, $6,600 today. A red day. Yesterday was a green day, but very, very small green day. We're red for the week on Nasdaq. Bitcoin, we are green for the week. We are green like $87 for the week. So, and Bitcoin is a live trading account with my own funds. So Bitcoin is like a good, I want that one consistently growing. It helps me fund, things I'm doing with my company, like buying prop firm accounts, paying for things like, thumbnails and video editing and whatever else that we're doing and trying to grow the business with. So that one, I love continuously growing that one. So, yeah. Thank you everyone for watching today. I will see you guys tomorrow morning at market open. Wednesday streams are a little shorter just because I do other business stuff. So I usually try to start my stream about 30 minutes earlier than I normally would at 6 a.m. Or 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will see you guys all tomorrow morning for tomorrow morning stream at market open, or really a little bit earlier. But if you can't make tomorrow's stream, I will also be live Thursday, Friday, just like normal. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. If you're watching, you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I will see you later.